Hello everyone, and welcome back to another JavaScript tutorial. In today's session, we'll focus on working with arrays. Specifically, we'll write a program to check if an array of integers contains either the number 1 or 3. This is a fundamental concept that introduces methods for searching arrays and making decisions based on their contents. While the problem is simple, it's a great way to practice techniques like using index of or includes. Stick around as we break this problem into manageable steps and write a clean and functional solution. Before we dive into the code, let's first understand the problem we are solving. Our goal is simple: to determine if an array of two integers contains either the number 1 or 3. The input is always an array with exactly two integers, so we don't have to handle variable length arrays. If the array contains a 1 or a 3, we'll return true. Otherwise, we'll return false. This task might seem straightforward, but it's a great opportunity to explore some useful JavaScript methods for handling arrays. Here's the JavaScript code for our solution. The function contains 13, takes an array, nums as input. Inside the function, we use the indexOf method to check if either 1 or 3 is present in the array. The indexOf method returns the index of the first occurrence of the value if it exists. Otherwise, it returns a negative 1. If index of 1 or index of 3 does not return a negative 1, it means the array contains a 1 or a 3. So we return true. Otherwise, we return it as false. The test cases at the bottom demonstrate how this works. For example, the array of 1 and 5 returns true because it contains 1, while the array of 7 and 5 returns false because it contains the neither 1 nor 3. Let's break the function down step by step. The function assumes the input is always an array of two integers, so we don't need to validate its length. We first check if 1 is present in the array using index of 1. Next, we check for the presence of 3 using index of 3. Using the logical OR operator, we combine these results. If either check is true, the function returns true. Otherwise, it returns false. This logical flow ensures that the function is both clear and efficient. In our first example, the input array is 1 and 5. The function checks for the presence of 1 using index of 1 and finds it at index 0. Since the array contains 1, the function immediately returns true. This demonstrates how the function handles an array that includes one of the target values. In the second example, the input array is 2 and 3. This time, the function does not find a 1, but does find a 3 at index 1. Since 3 is present, the function returns true. This example highlights how the function checks for both target values independently. In this final example, the input array is 7 and 5. The function searches for both 1 and 3, but does not find either of them. Since neither the value is present, the function correctly returns false. This case demonstrates that the function handles arrays that do not contain the target values as expected. Here's a modernized version of the function using ES6 syntax. Instead of index of, we use the includes method, which checks if an array contains a specific value and returns a Boolean result. This version is shorter, cleaner, and just as effective. It's a great example of how JavaScript's modern features can simplify your code. To recap, this tutorial showed us how to check if an array contains specific values, like 1 or 3, by using methods like index_of or includes. We can easily search arrays and make decisions based on the contents. This approach is not only effective, but also easy to implement, making it a great addition to your JavaScript toolkit. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe for more JavaScript tutorials. I will see you in the next one.